Hello guys and welcome back to MRC. We are here for Tier 1 in Belgium. We've just seen Tier 2 have a great race here, and we also saw the real life F1 come here just yesterday afternoon. So yeah, it's going to be exciting as always. Belgium is a hard place to overtake, but also it has got an opportunity that a lot of other tracks tend to not have. So yeah, it kind of works out well from a racing perspective round here. Tonight I'm joined by someone I've never commentated with before, fairly new to the league. It's Jack. How are you?
I'm very well, mate, thanks. How are you?
Absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, have you commentated Tier 1 yet? I don't even know.
No, I've not commentated. I've commentated Tier 0 and I believe Tier 4. So this is my first Tier 1 race.
I hope you're ready to lose your voice, because that's what happens in Tier 1. These guys are...
I look forward to it.
Wheel to wheel to wheel to wheel every single lap. Every time I watch them, anyway. So...
I'll expect 4 abreast into Puon then.
I'd expect 6. It wouldn't surprise me to see 6. Ben's the GOAT. Ujoni's won 7 titles. Ben's leading this championship. Sabier's won 5. They're the main contenders. And then if you throw Chris, Ant, Calvin, Sarge is a 3-time champ, and Bobo every now and then. Yeah, that's pretty much your field around this track, to be honest with you.
Right, okay, well, I'll keep an eye out for him then. I'm sure it's going to be a good qualifying. Spa qualifying's always good, isn't it? So.
Well, you're going to see probably a tight... Yeah, basically, one thing you're going to learn very quickly about qualifying, particularly in Tier 1, is you're going to see the time and then just go, oh, damn, I'm rubbish. Do you know what I mean? Because when you see Ben's time, 100%. It's going to be 3 seconds of anything you've managed, so don't let it depress you, okay?
Brilliant. I'm looking forward to it.
Like, he was like 3 seconds faster than me at Austria, and that's a track. Oh, there's a V-carb gone very wide. I think it was Saviour or J Sarge actually just starting his lap. But I am on with Ben. He's coming up Eau Rouge and Radion down the Kemmel Straight. What's his first sector going to be? I know his wings because I stole his setup for practice yesterday. So, and I know that he hasn't got a lot of downforce, I will say that.
We've got insider information here in the commentary booth.
Well, unless he's changed his setup. Because I know Ben's a dodgy guy, right? He will change his setup. He will play mind games, do an insane lap with a setup that's absolutely rubbish, and then just change it.
Oh my word.
So, yeah. Because Ben's very dodgy. But, we will see. His middle sector, though, he's looking very, very strong. The fact that he's just taken the curb into that corner is absolutely ridiculous. But he is coming to the end of the second sector. It's a 1:13.7. So I reckon this could be lower end of the 40. If he does a 1:40 as a banker lap, I'm leaving the session. Because, yeah, that's just not fair. And I'll be saying that he deserves Lando Norris's seat.
It's like watching 2020 Lewis Hamilton. He just does whatever he wants and the car just lives with it. He just throws it wherever he wants, no matter if there's grip there or not, and it just sticks. 1:41.5 for the first lap. My word.
Yeah, and you got a 42.4 from Calvin, his teammate, so the winner will set the early pace. But I told you, it's depressing watching Ben, isn't it? I mean, it's a joy, but at the same time depressing, if you know what I mean. Bailey, a 43.8 on mediums. Yeah.
Very fun to watch, but I'm starting to reconsider the fact that I've played these games for, what, 8 years now, and I've never got within 2 seconds of that, probably.
Mate, I'm like... I think I did a lap the other day. I don't think I'm even within 10 seconds of that.
Yeah, this is...
But that's a skill issue on my part, so...
This is going to be tough to watch.
Yeah, but a 41.9 from Notorious. He's a new driver. I haven't commentated on him before, but that's a ridiculous. But look at Bobo, a 41.5. He's matched Ben.
Wow, we might have a fight then.
Yeah, Bobo is very. So basically, you was in the league before Bobo joined.
Oh,
So
wow.
what? Yeah, you Jody, the 7-time champion, a 41.4. So it is game on. But I tell you what, Bobo right in the mix. Armar Red as well. Impressive time from him. A 41.9, a 41.9 as well from Notorious and Savior. So these guys all looking rather juicy early on here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting session. I mean, Ugoni setting the early pace, the two Alpines up there, a little bit of team games from Team Enstone potentially going on in the race. Notorious, like you mentioned, new driver, that'll be interesting to keep an eye on and see where he can put the hats. But I think the main thing is it's just incredibly close. Anyone could take this in the final run.
Well, yeah, you'll probably see them do 2 more each, but then this is a bigger track, so it's actually harder to time your runs around here. I've noticed that, but it's not really a track you can do another run on the same tyres with. Oh, I think Armar's just blocked the McLaren a little bit there of Eugeni, but I don't think he's actually on a fast lap. So he might be okay. But let's see, is his middle six.
To Rassan, but 2 minutes around Spa. I'm not sure if he's driving a GT3 car or something, but that's not exactly the time we expect to be seeing.
That's like my level of time, so that makes me feel better. I could compete in Tier 1 for P19, let's go.
Yeah, there you go, you're quicker than one Tier 1 driver. Get us in.
No, it's alright, he'll go whack it in like P7 in a minute. I'll be like, well, that's my dream's over. But Andrew's just done it. He's in 18th with a 44.3. So the thing is, this is a track where you do see bigger gaps because of the length of the track. So the gaps probably look depressing to some drivers, but you know, 3 seconds here is like less than a second at Austria. So
exactly, and because of the 2 really big straights, you've obviously got Eau Rouge to Les Combes, and then the final sort of straight into the bus stop chicane. One mistake can really cost you around here if you're making a mistake into, say, turn 1 or through Blanchimont, so the gaps can really stress themselves. Rassam now basically does what you said he would exactly do and goes P8.
yeah, see, I'm literally... One thing you're going to learn about me as well is I'm banned from saying safety car on stream because every time I say it, one comes the next lap. So, if we want a safety car, I'll say it, but yeah, it is crazy. I've got the biggest curse of all time. Ben's gone straight back out though, so it'll be interesting. I get the feeling he's probably not too happy with his first run because usually Ben, at this point, Ben is usually a second faster than everybody else, and we already know it's over. But if I know Ben, he's going to improve this next lap by about. So Jamie Biffle said, "Say it, dare you to do it on lap 5." What, you want me to say safety car on lap 5? God, can you imagine? I'll probably be my head on a pitchfork by the end of lap 5 if that happens. But let's see what Ben can do. He's obviously just starting his lap, his second lap. I reckon he'll improve by 0.8 of a second. So I'm saying a 40.7. Just so you're aware, okay?
I mean, I've only ever been on track with him. We did like a little 5-lapper championship before the season begun, and I managed to keep on pace with him relatively there, but as soon as that man got in clean air, you did not have a chance. He was just gone up the road, and that was that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Potential rain 30 minutes into the race.
That could spice things up, definitely, especially around Spa.
Yeah, it certainly could. Jamie Biffle said he'll buy me sweets if I say safety car on lap 5. That's a tempting offer.
That's a good offer. That's
yeah,
a very good offer.
I might have to take that.
What sweets are we talking though? That's the big question. It can't just be any sweets.
Yeah, we'll see what. No, I've seen him make promises, false promises, a lot in the YouTube chat before. So,
Car in the wall. We've got Sarge out. I
yeah.
was on board with him on his lap, and he just tagged the grass on the inside, lost traction. That is the end of the session for the V car.
Sorry, Ben is 3.5 tenths up on his lap.
Oh my word.
So this is going to be an absolute storm. He needs to find another 4 tenths for me to be correct. So have a good bus stop, please, Ben. But this is going to be insanity. I can already feel it. Let's see. Oh, he's a bit deep at the bus stop, though. That's going to have hurt his time. Yeah, it did. He didn't improve by anywhere near. Only if the safety car comes. Yeah, okay. But Ben, a 41.3. I don't think that's going to be good enough, especially when you got Eugenio on that. But let's see what Bobo can do. But we know Ben's got a lot of time to unlock in the bus stop now.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, he was just a little too deep on the brakes there. I did watch him, and it was just ambition ahead of adhesion, and that definitely cost him, I want to say, around 3-4 tenths, but Ugoni obviously now on a lap just coming out of turn 1 towards Eau Rouge. We'll ride on board with him and see where this puts the McLaren driver.
Bobo's 3 tenths up. He's purple in the middle sector. He could be about to put this on provisional pole in the Alpine. It's going to be some lap. Let's see. Can he get the bus stop right? But he has got to kick Sauber a little bit in the way that might put him off in his braking. He seems a lot cleaner through there than Ben did. That is for sure. He's going to get a toe to the line as well. What's it going to be? Oh, he just misses out.
Armar's up on his lap in the other Alpine by about 40 milliseconds. It won't improve his position, but it will get him into the 41.8s.
I believe he also had a moment at the bus stop, though. So, on his fast stop, I think he had a moment in the bus stop, which means he could unlock a bit of time there this lap. So he could still be in contention. No, he's bailed. Okay, so he's not happy. Let's have a look at Eugeni then. He's coming to the end of the second sector. He was down in the first, but let's see what he's going to do in the middle sector. He's only a 10.5 up, so at the minute, as things stand, that'll be enough for pole. But let's see what he can do. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Someone's causing it. I think it's Williams. It might even be Ben, actually. No, I think it's the other one at Calvin. But Eugeni hit the curb. That's going to run. Oh, Saviour, yeah, he's had a big moment. Eugeni did do it, but he's got time in the bus stop as well. He had a huge moment on the exit. These guys are really struggling with the bus stop.
This is going to be a very interesting final run then. Both the top two with time to gain in the bus stop. It's just going to be about who executes it better.
Yeah, most certainly. Chris Bailey bailed on his lap. Let's go and have a look at... No, Ant's just absolutely cut Rouge and Radion, so his lap's done. Freddy, the tier 2 driver, is he just setting up for a lap, or is he bailing into the pits? He's bailing into the pits. I think by the looks of this, everyone's coming into the pits, because, like you said, Saviour did a 41.5. He will do another lap, Saviour. So he's now put himself in the mix for pole as well, especially with the mistakes people are making at the bus stop. It's going to come down, especially with the top 3, to whoever gets the bus stop right, really.
Yeah, it most certainly seems like it. I mean, I wasn't on board with Eugeni during his last lap, but both mistakes in the bus stop chicane, they're going to have to execute the rest of the lap perfect and then hope they don't bottle it again into the bus stop, because there's going to be a lot of pressure on them now. They both know they're within 14 milliseconds of each other. It's really going to be a lot of pressure on both of them. But can one of the outsiders sneak it? Bobo is still up there. Saviour is somewhat close. Armar's got time in the bag. There's about 5-6 people that could be going for pole position here.
Though, yeah, there's a few that are a bit out of position towards the back as well, like Chris in P13, Ant in P10. Don't rule either of them out. Calvin's got a good lap in him sometimes as well. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But I think, yeah, definitely the favourites at the minute are probably the guys in the top 4. But yeah, Bobo's really... I believe Bobo's been the star of the show in Tier 0 this season. He's been absolutely destroying that tier. So maybe he can translate that a little bit over to tier 1 now.
Yeah, I was commentating Monaco Tier 0 last week, and he absolutely dominated. Took pole when it mattered, and just controlled the race. Always had everyone else's number. If he can translate that performance, I could definitely see him winning this one. I was on board with Rassam during his last lap, but he went incredibly deep at the bus stop. Almost cut the whole thing, and then cut back into the pits. So he definitely has time in the bag. He was up on his lap, but unfortunately didn't complete it before cutting the bus stop.
Yeah, definitely. But interestingly, Ben's the first to have gone out. So he's going to try and get his lap done early. I think he's trying to avoid any possible traffic, even though everyone and their nan is literally leaving the pit lane now, so he's going to catch them all into the source. But yeah, this is going to be it for Ben. Can he take the pole position that he's done so many times? There are so many cars coming out the pits. It might give him a good tow down the Kemmel. But he's going to have to pick his braking point well for Lecom at the end of this. But let's have a look. What sort of tow is he going to get? Is one of them his teammate? He's getting a good tow from the Aston. He's then going to steal another one from the Alpine. Then the Ferrari's going to go over us. Oh, that's going to have cost him. So yeah, that's ruined Ben's lap.
I don't know who that Ferrari was. I'm led to believe that it's Mark.
Yeah, I think that was Mark.
The Ferrari in the way.
Yeah.
That was very, very late. I don't know if he saw it, but was very late trying to dart out of the way.
The issue is because we've got a yellow flag, I can't see how long's left of the session, but I do think Ben may have time to go again. He does.
1 minute left.
He's got a minute, so I think he'll be okay. He should just get to the line.
You've got to think though, with pushing out of turn 1, all up Eau Rouge and whatnot, and then the spin down at Les Combes, are the tyres, the best of them, worn off? Is he going to be able to compete with the likes of Ugoni and Bobo?
Trust me, this is Ben. He can do anything. I genuinely believe if he wanted to put it on pole and Inters, he probably could.
That's a very bold claim, but I mean, from what I've seen of the man, I am not one to argue you.
He's a drug addict when it comes to racing. I'm pretty sure of that. He's on another level. But yeah. Anyway, let's go and have a look at Mr. Ugoni.
Tight and neat through turn 1. It looked alright. Bit of wheel spin on the exit, but
Ben's out.
Shouldn't harm him too much. Oh wow.
So that has cost him.
The question is, where's he going to finish now? Because Bobo will surely improve. Then there's the likes of Xavier, Armar, Notorious that could all improve.
Yeah, it's way too close. Like, Ben could probably start 7th or 8th here. It's very possible. But Ugoni is up in the first sector. Only marginally, but that could be enough for now.
Any improvement is going to help him. He's already quite far clear.
He's wide at no name.
Dip a wheel. That's not ideal for the McLaren driver, but I don't imagine it will cost him too much. We'll see as he comes towards the end of the second sector. I'm going to ride on board with Bobo and see how his lap's going. I believe he was up in the first sector. I'm not sure by how much, though. No, Bobo's not on a lap. Never mind. So Bobo's not going to improve. Xavier's not on a lap either.
Ugoni's a 10th up.
This is surely pole position for Ugoni.
Well, bear in mind, he's still got time to find at the bus stop because he had a huge moment on the exit on his fast lap. This could be a 40. He's absolutely nailed it this time. Was it going to be a 40.9? Wow.
What a lap.
Yeah,
right
Bobo's bailed.
And there's going to be no one to challenge him. Everyone else has completed their laps. I'm not sure what happened to Bobo because I joined him as he was exiting the first sector and he had already bailed, so there must have been a massive mistake very early
or traffic possibly. But Ben's got away with it. He will start on the front row, which is I guess, damage limitation for him. And to be honest, as we've seen many times in Spa, pole is probably not the best place to start.
No, I completely agree. I mean, you saw Lando Norris in the real F1 yesterday afternoon after the, what was it, hour and a half day that we had. He was just bypassed immediately, no matter how good of a start he got. Piastri up in the slipstream, and there was nothing that Lando could do. And into Les Combes, it was a move easily done. And I think Ben, as much as he will probably be annoyed competitor-wise that he's not on pole position and he hasn't got that accolade to his name, I think he'll be very happy with P2, knowing that he's going to be behind you going into turn 1.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that was some quality. But your grid for tier 1, Eugenie takes pole, Ben is second, Bobo in third, Saviour fourth, Calvin is fifth, Armar sixth, Notorious in seventh, Jules eighth, Chris ninth, Freddie Olsen in 10th, Mahmood in 11th, Ant in 12th, Rassam 13th, Sociopath 14th, GTS Drag King in 15th, G-Star. Why are those two together? It's confusing me. Mark, Nick, Ant, Drew, and J Sarge.
I'm just seeing in the general chat that Ugoni was the man that got in the way of Bobo on his final lap. Very interesting.
Ooh, juicy. I can tell. I've seen. I can guarantee it's not deliberate from you, Jody. Here won't be any sort of gamesmanship. I can assure you of that. But yeah, not ideal for Bobo. But he's had a very positive qualifying. That's what's important. So. Eugenie just said, worst pole ever. I did 4 mistakes.
What sort of lap time is he setting without those mistakes? I'm sorry?
You did a 40.9. How is that? That's like not even far off the real life F1 times.
I'm getting sick and tired of seeing these McLarens up the front. Somebody change something. I'm rooting for Ben to win this one.
I hope Bobo takes him out into turn 1 now just because he blocked him in quali.
Oh yeah, get the personal revenge. Steam lime in like Bottas into turn 1. That'd be lovely.
Yeah, no, alright, let's not encourage that. But Jamie said pole is a pole. No, it definitely is. Yeah, he's going to take it. I mean, he did get, obviously, benefited a little bit by the fact that Ben obviously got blocked and Bobo, well, Eugenie kind of blocked Bobo himself. But I don't know what happened to Saviour, of course. He didn't get a last lap as well, which is, Jamie said, Bottas bowling 2.0. It's dry. If anyone manages that, then they're pretty talented. But 5-minute break. The thing is, do you know what the positive about MRC is compared to real life F1? At least if it rains, we don't have to wait an hour and a half. Well, we will just let them race.
Exactly, and we might actually see the full wet tyres be used.
Well, so there's a list of useless things in this world, and I think wet tyres are probably the most, because they don't ever get used.
And if I'm correct, they take new sets of full wets to every track with them, so what do they do with the other ones?
There's probably the same sets, because they've never been... They've probably still got the same sets as when they were brought out, because they've never been used.
We're going to be running on full wets from 2008 at this point.
I bet Pirelli have probably made about 15 wet tyres in their entire lives, and that's been enough to cover all of the races. So, yeah. Anyway, enough calling out Pirelli. Let's enjoy this tier 1. Wet tyre and Mazepin, 2 most used. Yeah. I actually think that's a bit disrespectful to the wet tyres, comparing them to Mazepin, but, you know.
Yeah, I think whoever said that in chat's going to be getting a lawsuit from Pirelli in the mail tomorrow.
Well, it's probably a lawsuit from Mazepin as well, because he actually thinks he has somewhat talent, doesn't he? But,
yeah, well, he doesn't have a case. We all know he doesn't.
I mean, yeah, he's quite embarrassingly bad. But
I'd quite like to 1v1 him in like a karting race or something. See if I could beat him.
I mean, he'll probably just ram you off the road.
We'll have to get like an MRC karting adventure and invite Mazepin.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would want him there, if I'm totally honest. Hello,
To be honest,
Colin.
I'm not
How are
surprised, and
you?
I do not blame them.
Yeah, no, I don't think Mazepin would be very welcome. But you know, I'd invite Franz Hermann though. I think he's the GOAT.
We'll get Latifi along. He's invited.
I think everyone would have a good chance against Lance Stroll. I mean, he'd been it on the gravel and under the safety car, wouldn't he? So.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
But we will be going in, I guess, about 2 minutes. I hope about 2 minutes anyway. Let's see, what time did Mr. Blowhole Bailey announce? Tier 1. Okay, yeah, so we're going in like under a minute. I'm interested to see what way people go with strategy here.
I think it is difficult because, especially setup-wise. I mean, I was saying this. I was commentating another Belgian Grand Prix about a month ago. It's so difficult with setup because you want downforce for the middle sector, but then you want straight line speed for the straights, and it takes so much out of the tyres, that middle sector, and you can overheat them and whatnot. It's incredibly difficult, this race.
Yeah, what Colin just said is a good shout, though. We know there's supposed to be rain in 30 minutes, so hard till the rain might be the best option.
That is definitely a valid shout, and I would imagine the drivers seeing that maybe adding a bit more downforce.
Well, they should have really put the wet setup on. If they knew it was going to rain, they should have put the wet setup on in qualifying, really.
I'm sorry, but if that Ugoni lap was set on a wet setup, I'm leaving the sport.
Believe me, there's a very, very good chance that that was set with a wet setup. It wouldn't surprise me for 1 second. Let's have a look at tyres. So, we've got the top 9 all on mediums. Freddie Mahmood gone for hards. G-Star hards, Nick hards, everyone else on the mediums. So, interesting. I do think we're going to see 4 wide into Lacombe, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we've got about 10 wide up Eau Rouge or something like that between all the top 10. I mean, they were so close in qualifying, and it's going to be interesting for Ugoni. I mean, he was a lot quicker in qualifying. Benet obviously didn't get a final lap. He's going to be getting the toe up to turn 1, and you're going to want to be leading when the rain comes out, I would have said. So it's going to be quite the interesting fight before the rain comes.
Yeah, I mean, every time, I mean, I've commentated, I think, twice in Tier 1 this season, and both times it's gone down to the final lap for the win. So, between Ben and Ugoni, these two, and they were glued together last season with Sabia in the mix as well. So, it'll be interesting. I hope Bobo's got the race pace to back up his quali pace. Because if he does, I think he'll be right there with these guys as well. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting start. Ugoni's not messing around on this outlap, though. He is really trying to get his foot down and get round to the line as quick as possible. But if you look at J-Sarge, he's miles behind.
Sarge, yeah. They are going to be waiting on the grid for a hell of a long time.
Don't forget, there is a rule.
Noticed,
there is a rule that you've got to be within 10 car lengths, and J-Sarge, you are currently not within 10 car lengths. And yes, I am calling you out on stream because it can be looked at by the stewards. So I suggest you get your foot down a little bit. Because you are miles off.
One thing I'm seeing is that, you know, you've got Benet up there with his teammate Calvin, Bobo up there with his teammate Armar. Ugoni is all alone in this fight. His teammate is in 19th place. So if there's any team games going on, Ugoni is going to have a hell of a battle on his hands trying to fight them off on his own.
Let's have a little look at this race start then. So when are we going to get some lights? That would be now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're racing. That was not a long hold at all. Eugeni's had the better, no, Ben's had the better start, sorry. He's going to go round the outside into the source. He's a bit late on the brakes. Eugeni defends brilliantly. Ben runs a little bit wide, but these two hold on. Bobo just about holds off Saviour as well, though. But Chris Bailey's gone from 9th to 5th in turn 1.
Too wide upper rouge. We've got Bobo round the outside of Bene. It's very close between the two cars as we head onto the Kemmel Straight. Bobo getting a slipstream from the McLaren.
He's done it. Oh, there's contact between Saviour and Bobo. But that's a disaster for Ben.
Stuff. The top 4 so close, and now Ben looking to go around the outside.
Yeah, he's backed out of it. There's not really a place you can overtake there because No Name comes at you way too quick after it. But this is opening up the opportunity for Calvin and Chris both to catch back up. I want to see Chris's start because I have a weird feeling he may have just pulled off the most almighty dive bomb into turn 1. To go from 9th to 5th.
Back there, that was Notorious round. I'm not sure if there was contact, but I believe he was in the top 10 Notorious, potentially around 7th or 8th, but he's obviously not had a good opening lap. Potentially
he's got no damage,
Drag King, as Drag King's also a bit off of the pack, so not ideal.
Yeah, no damage for Notorious.
No damage done, so
yeah, he's okay.
He should be alright.
But this is that was the perfect start for Bobo. Now he's still in the DRS. Don't forget, guys, it is lap 1 DRS now as well. Eugeni's had a bit of a moment out of the bus stop chicane as well. That's going to open potentially an opportunity. But one thing we've learned about this track is you have to line up your move out of La Source. You have to take La Source in a way that's going to give you the best exit to get the best run. Let's go on board with the 4th place man, Ben, because that's where we're going to see all the action ahead. But I actually think it's going to be Bobo in trouble because Saviour's right up his chuff. But no, actually, Bobo's going to make the move for the lead. Saviour's going to have a look as well. He's going up the inside of each other. There's contact between Saviour and Bobo again.
Incredible stuff between the top 4. Ugoni losing 2 places down the Kemmel Straight. I mean, we know what this track is like on the straights. It's just all changed between the cars at the front. We will probably start to see a little bit of a DRS train start to form now. But Bene, again, our big loser on lap 1. Ugoni down to 3rd. Bobo, has he got any pace in that car where he can try and extract and get out of the 1 second gap to Saviour?
Yeah, these guys, I told you, they don't give each other an inch, but it's all more than absolute fair. But they are... This will, just to warn you, this will last the entire race.
I can't wait for it then. This is going to be
it will
incredible,
constantly be like this. I am beyond used to this. But Ben is looking stupidly racy behind Eugeni right now. But it's usually Ben that's the very attacking one, but he's the one that's kind of had his pants pulled down early in this race. But he's gone round the outside of the bus stop on Eugeni. He's going to have the inside for the second part. That is a cheeky little move, but I tell you what, the switcheroo may have been on for Eugeni, but not quite. But I think we could well see a rinse and repeat of what's just happened. We're going to go back on board with the 4th place man. This time it's Eugeni. Let's have a little look.
Bobo's got a bit of a gap, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hold off Saviour.
Ben's had a terrible run through Radion.
He doesn't have much battery.
Eugeni side by side with Ben. I don't think Ben's going to have much answer. He is. He's going to defend it. Eugeni runs a little bit wide, but he's going to have there's contact again between the two.
A lot of understeer for Eugeni in that first part of Lake Com there,
He's
but now he's going down the inside.
That's going to give him the outside for No Name, and he's got it done. What a move that is from Eugeni. And there's a move behind between Mahmood and Rassam. They're side by side into Puon, but now he's side by side with the Red Bull, but the Red Bull of Jules gets through. That's a good little battle for P7 as well. But Calvin and Chris have joined this battle for the lead now, which is just absolute. So at the minute, it's a 6-car battle for the lead.
I mean, if this is going to carry on all the way to the wet weather racing, this is going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I did warn you about this before, didn't I?
Yeah, I mean, you told me they were going to be close. I didn't know they were literally going to be up each other all race along. But if this stays the way that it has for the next 19 laps, this is going to be an incredible Belgian Grand Prix.
Yep. Just like I said, don't be planning on talking tomorrow, okay? But yeah, I mean, I've got comms again Wednesday. Hopefully, I'm recovered by then. But you know, we'll see. But 6-car battle. Calvin is a little bit off his teammate, but the two Williams can really work together here. Those two being together. But let's go and have a look from the leader downwards, because I'm sure a lot's going to happen here. But I think Bobo's got him covered. Bobo seems to just about be using his ERS perfectly down the straight, stopping Xavier getting close enough, at least for the time being.
Yeah, I think Bobo is just the whole second sector saving the battery, and it's giving him just enough power. He's getting good enough exits out of La Source, and he's just got the run all the way up Eau Rouge, through Radion, down the Camel Straight. Xavier does not have an answer for it right now.
But looking at the interval at the top, I think Bobo is running a wet, or at least a higher downforce setup, because if you watch Bobo's interval times through the middle sector, he pulls away. But then down the straight, he seems to just about have enough when he's using the ERS. And it also gives it, he manages to build enough of a gap to stay in front and not, because I'm not, obviously on stream we don't show the ERS levels because we don't want to give too much away. But I think Bobo's just about doing enough in the middle sector to protect himself from behind. But look, let's go and have a look, because I think Ben's going to have another look at Eugenie. No, actually, Eugenie's going to have a look at Xavier. Xavier goes defensive on the inside. We got a safety car, we do.
Andrew's out in the McLaren. Yeah. I think... I'm not
and
sure
everyone's just gone into the pits, and Xavier's hit Bobo.
We've got one car stayed out. Anthony in the Aston Martin. He is going to take the effective lead of the Grand Prix then.
Yeah, Ant will go to the rain. Ant could genuinely have a set of softs on, and he would still make sure he is out on that track when it comes to rain. At the end of the day, for the drivers that were a better position, like Ant, like Mahmood, like G-Star, who have all stayed out, if they can make it to the wet period, all of a sudden, Ant's now in the net lead, you know what I mean? So he's given himself a chance here, and don't forget G-Star and Mahmood are both on the hard tyre, so they're going to have no tyre issues this early on in the race.
Yeah, I mean, you think 4-lap-old hard tyres, they're not exactly going to be gone off yet, so I think it's going to be hard for the likes of Bobo, Xavier, Ugoni, Ben, those people that were in the lead that have pitted. They're not going to find it very easy to get past Mahmood and G-Star.
Can I just point something out, actually? It's lap 5, and I do believe Jamie promised me a packet of sweets if the safety car came out on lap 5.
That is very true.
So,
I think you got yourself some sweets here.
I think I'm owed a packet, and I did say safety car on lap 4 as well. So, yeah. I'll talk to you after, Jamie, if that's alright. Thanks. Anyway, we'll see. So Sarge has got, I want to see what penalty Sarge, why is my remote being so idiotic? Right, thank you. J Sarge has a 3-second penalty, so that's not great news for him. Yeah, safety car is on lap 5. I've just said safety car. So yeah. You can't really argue it at this point. You haven't got a leg to stand on.
Get your wallet out, mate. That's a packet of sweets right there.
I'll pick one that costs £1. How about that? The only thing is, I think you're in like Manchester and I'm in like South, so you've got no chance.
Get the Amazon Prime out.
Yeah, oh God, that would go well, wouldn't it? I'm interested to see how this plays out though, because Bobo, Saviour, Ujoni, Ben, they're all going to need to make moves quickly. It's literally going to come down to how quickly can they get past after Bobo does, if that makes sense, because they don't want cars between them and Bobo now, because the minute Bobo's allowed to build any sort of gap, that's going to play into his advantage massively. Have the Haribo Star Mix in my room? No, I'm scared of the thought of where they've been, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, but Ant, I would say I'm surprised Ant didn't come in, but Ant never pits. He will do anything not to pit, so yeah.
I'm definitely
not
seeing
been
some
open.
clouds around the track, but nothing major as of yet. So, I mean, we said half an hour into the race, didn't we? The safety car is obviously going to bring that a little bit closer without any racing laps, which will help Ant.
So I reckon it's going to work out about a lap, probably 11-ish, possibly 10, because it's nearly a 2-minute lap round here. Let's not forget that. So yeah. Yeah, I reckon with the safety car, it's probably going to go 11 or 12, most likely.
You'd have to assume safety car in this lap. All the packs now all up with each other. Everyone's got their pit stops out the way. It's going to be interesting to see where Ant goes here, because you don't want to go too early, and obviously you've got to get a good exit out of La Source, and you most certainly don't want to car up your inside when you're trying to get a good exit.
I would actually say the best place to go is literally out of the bus stop, because with cold tyres, the amount of people that will lose it because they've got to try and get the throttle down to try and get near him. And I think the bus stop is probably the best to go. You've either got to go really early or out of the bus stop. That, like, going right at the line just won't work here. It's so pointless, because then you've got a straight where you've got to defend straight after. Do you know what I mean? So I actually think, like, maybe halfway down this little straight here could be the best option as well.
I do think I'll have to agree with you there. It's difficult to defend at this track. Obviously, the run-up Eau Rouge, Radion, the Kemmel Straight. Obviously, there's not going to be DRS, but the ERS is definitely going to come in dividends, and you would have to assume that the cars behind G-Star, Mahmood, they're going to be on better tyres at this point in the race, and they will be looking to get past, as will the likes of Bobo, Saviour, Ugoni, who are going to need to make moves quick.
If you guys want to see the greatest safety car restart of all time in Belgium, go and watch Tier 3 Season 6. Once you see it, it's about 3 laps from the end. Once you see it, you'll probably laugh a lot. Watch G-Start, 3 seconds. So he's had a disaster of a restart there. But I tell you what, Ant has caught everyone napping. 2 seconds!
I mean, that was incredible. He went before they even got into the bus stop chicane, and a 2-second gap. He's going to be well clear. Ugoni up to 5th past Saviour.
Yeah, that was a ballsy move from Ugoni, but the thing is, he's going to leave himself a bit vulnerable here, because now he's obviously going to give Saviour the opportunity to come back at him. He's going to have a look, but Ben's also there. He's going to have a look round the outside into look on, but no. Saviour just about holds on for the time being. But what Bobo needs to do is make the move on G-Star. If he can try and pull off an unorthodox move on G-Star in this middle sector, it could help him build a little bit of a gap to Ugoni and protect him for a little while. And I'll tell you what, he's having a look into pull on! And Ugoni goes through!
Ugoni though.
Yeah, him try. I said go for it. Oh, but he's keeping it side by side. He's held on. Brilliant racing between these two.
That was definitely an unorthodox move, like you said, against G-Star. Bobo went for it, caught himself a bit on the curb and the grass. Ugoni back through, but Bobo incredible attack and defense at the same
Here
time.
goes
And he's
Saviour.
somehow
Sorry
still
to
in fourth.
interrupt. Saviour's up side by side with you, Jody. He's going to have a look into the bus stop. Surely, no, he backs out actually. But Bobo is going to go past G-Star.
Johnny's got some straight line speed on that car, hasn't he? He's absolutely flying in the straights. I can't see that being a wet setup as he now goes past G-Star. Down
Oh, there's contact between Ben and Saviour. And Saviour and you, Jody. And Ben's got the switch back on Saviour. G-Star is causing absolute havoc here. He's everyone's worst nightmare at this stage. But they're all past him, so... But Ant has built a big gap here. If the rain comes soon, Ant is absolutely laughing. Like, genuinely laughing, because look at the gap he's got.
Ant Colombo certainly pulled off one of the best strategies that I've ever seen in MRC.
This could be...
he needs it to come now, but if it does, he has pulled off a master plan.
He also needs Mahmoudev to just sort of keep Bobo behind him just for a little bit. Because at the minute, this is just absolutely... I mean, also, let's not forget, Ant would have managed to get heat in his tyres before everyone else being on the mediums. So that did also play a part, but I just don't think anyone realised that Ant went. Oh, what's happened to G-Star? He's dropped to last. I'm guessing he had some sort of spin. But Bobo is actually, ironically at the minute, Bobo's under more pressure from Ujoni than he's actually putting on Mahmoud at this stage. But Ujoni is on a charge. Fastest lap from him. I think Bobo will definitely get Mahmoud here, though. He's going to have DRS. Mahmoud won't, so he's going to be pretty much just sitting up, heading down to Lacombe. And that's move done. I think Ujoni will probably get Mahmoud as well. Possibly Ben as well. Ben has to look up the inside. Let's just make sure it all is clean. Yeah, Ben has got through. Will Saviour get him? Oh, they're side by side. But Saviour does as well. So they've all managed to just about get Mahmoud. So they're all still together. Now it's mission, can we catch Ant very, very quickly?
That is going to be the main thing. Bobo, obviously the lead car now. Ugoni with the fastest lap of the race. How quick can they catch Ant? It looks, the answer is very, very quickly. Look at that time run down.
Let's just say at the start of this lap, the gap was 3 seconds. The gap is now 2.0. So they've taken a second out on this lap alone. So I do wonder if Ant's starting to feel at least a graining phase on those medium tyres. Every corner they're taking about 1/10 to 2/10 out of him. This is absolute craziness.
We have got a massive gap in the midfield as well. If you look sort of towards Armar and Jules, there's about a 4-second gap between 9th and 10th now. I'm not sure if something went on in that sort of mid-pack, but now Bobo sets the fastest lap of the race. He's well and truly after Ant, but Ugoni right behind him, surely going to have him this lap.
The thing is, this is going to benefit Ant because these guys are going to start fighting, and they are going to start fighting this lap as well. Because Bobo won't have the DRS, Ujoni will. And no doubt, if Ben sees a little glimpse, or Saviour sees a little glimpse of Bobo's vulnerability, they're going to go for it. But look at Bobo's straight line speed. He's going to force Ujoni round the outside into the com. Ujoni's going to try and make the move, and but Bobo sticks it round the outside. What a move that is!
Bobo's got so much grip in the corners. It's like you mentioned earlier, he must have a wet setup on because people...
But he's insane in the straight as well.
Inside. This is crazy. He just seems to have grip wherever he wants it.
He has insane straight line speed, insane... I know what he's got hacks. There you go, it's got to be that.
Yeah, we figured it out. He's cheated.
There's literally nothing else it can be. I'm going to call him Thomas Ronha. Anyway, moving on. Ant is now under pressure. And do you know what? Eugeni's opportunity may be fully squandered now as well. Because Bobo is within DRS. Which is interesting. But we're also just about to hit half distance.
Seems to be going so quick this race, and we've still got a period of rain that's meant to be coming any time now.
Well, I'm looking at it, and it's still blue skies, so I do wonder if Mark's weather was maybe lying to us, because there is no, especially if it's 30 minutes in, we'll be about, we are at least 25 into this race now, and the sky's still blue, so I think Mark's weather could possibly have been lying to him.
I think we need to try and get someone from MRC to go and sit in a forest at Spa next time, because it definitely doesn't look like it's going to rain anytime soon unless there's some massive change of fortune.
We're talking of people in a forest at Spa this weekend. Ant actually was. He was at Spa this weekend.
He knows the track.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But this guy always tries wacky strategies. So he's under a lot of pressure now, so it comes down to how hard's he gonna defend here. And I think at this stage, if the rain's coming, it makes sense for him to defend. If the rain's not coming, it doesn't. But if the rain's not coming, this strategy makes zero sense.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. Why would he have stayed out on mediums if there is no rain? I mean, I can see more clouds forming.
Yeah, I've just gone on board and there is less blue sky. Yeah, there is less blue sky, I will say that. I wonder if it's going to be like maybe the last 5 laps, but Bobo's made the move into the bus stop and he's going to try and hold it out though. Oh, he's had a moment! The twitch is going to hurt him big time. Eugeni's also going to go past, because and so's Ben! Look, Ben's going to get both hands and Eugeni. Oh, no, he's not. Okay, I thought Ben was just about to pull the biggest dive of the century into the source. Eugeni's just got on the grass, and look, he's got the run on Bobo! We're going to be 5. Whoa, there's contact between Ben! Whose wing's just gone? Someone's has. The camera angle cut away.
It's not Ben. I don't think it's any of the leaders.
I'm sure I've just seen debris go flying.
Saviour. It's Saviour. Saviour's got front wing damage.
There was contact, I think, between either him and Bobo or him and Ben. How was Bobo taking the lead back? He was 4th at the start of Radion. I have no idea what's going on here. I've lost all bearings.
I must say, it is definitely getting a little darker. The clouds are starting to roll in and get bigger and bigger. I don't know about halfway into this race, or half an hour into this race, sorry, that we're going to see rain, but it definitely wouldn't surprise me if we do see it.
I mean, last sector, there's still a lot of blue sky, but then when you head towards the straight, there's a lot more cloud. I don't think there's rain coming for at least another 5 laps based off what I'm seeing. But, you know, this game can just change last minute. We've seen it before where it just, in the space of 2 seconds goes from beautiful sunshine to just dark clouds, so who on earth knows. But all of a sudden, I'll tell you what as well, look at Chris Bailey. He's worked his way into this battle for the win as well.
I mean, we've got, what, 7 cars basically all within the same piece of tarmac. This is going to be incredible, especially if the rain hits. You know, you've got to think it's such a long lap around Spa. If the rain hits at the start of the lap, we're going to have, you're probably talking kilometres and kilometres of slick running in the wet.
Here goes Eugeni. He's going to make the move. Is Bobo going to have to grip again? No, this time. No, there's contact, and Bobo's actually made contact and he's lost out. which lets Ben through, and now it's these two in the lead of the Belgium Grand Prix. Saviour's still holding on even with his wing damage, but he is under a lot of pressure from his arch nemesis, Chris Bailey and Ant, so yeah. But Armar's also joined in the fray now, so we've got 7 drivers within a second of each other, with Calvin coming to join the party as well. If the rain comes, it's going to come down to who's going to pull the undercut here, and who's going to box earliest, and who's going to make the bravest strat call. With how close these guys are together. Saviour's dropped out of the DRS, and that's going to hurt him with that wing damage. Oh, I thought Ben was going to have a look then. Oh, what's happened? Has Ant come in? Yeah, Ant's pit. So that tells me rain's not coming then.
Yeah, you would have to assume if the rain was looming, he would have just stuck with it, but that would indicate that there isn't going to be any rain, at least not anytime soon.
Especially as he's in the pack. As if you look at Sector 1, it's very blue. I don't think, yeah. Armar's going to make the move on Chris Bailey, though. Let's go have a look at the battle for the lead as well. Ben's taking it from you, Joni, for the time being, but let's go have a look at Armar Chris. Armar is through and into P5. Now, these guys are going to have to try and set their sights on Saviour because he is a wounded animal out on track at the minute with that wing damage. Eight laps to go, and I still have no idea who's winning this race.
No, this is so difficult to call. I mean, there's been a change of the leader every lap for the past, what, 10 laps now? It's just too close to call.
I'm wondering if Bobo has some sort of damage, because his pace has dropped off quite drastically here. He's still in the DRS, but he's visibly a lot further behind than he has been. And look, now it's 9/10 of a second. He's going to be lucky if he makes it into the DRS. Interestingly though, Calvin's now joined the battle for the P5. The issue is he's got a 3-second penalty.
I think the big thing here
Bobo's
is that
pit.
Saviour's damage. They're holding up Armar, people like Chris as well. Although now Saviour pulls into the pits, that is going to release those cars. And
Yeah, Bobo's also
try
pit.
and gain back up to the leaders.
So Bobo's gone for the undercut on these two. He's gone for a set of mediums, which is no real surprise. Is Saviour getting his wing change? That's what I want to see. Yes, because that's a very slow stop. So Saviour has taken the wing change, which I don't blame him. I don't think that's a silly choice. But Eugeni's just made the move on Ben. Are these two going to react? I would think they probably have to.
Yeah, you'd have to assume so, especially around such a long lap. The undercut is incredibly powerful, and the longer they leave it, the more Bobo is going to gain away.
Yeah, most definitely. It's going to get close and spicy between these guys now. It'll be interesting to see where Bobo comes out in comparison to these two.
The only issue is Bobo is in traffic. He's just going down the inside of Nick into Puon. He's onto the grass. They make contact.
Oh,
Nick is
God.
forced wide. But this is really going to hurt Bobo. He's not really timed it that well because look at the fight in front of him and he is just going to be bleeding time as he tries to get past all of these drivers.
He's going up the inside. A pretty good move that was. Yeah, he's getting caught up so unnecessarily here. That's the issue. And look at Nick now. He's going to have a little look at... Let's go and have a look at Ben and Eugenie. I want to see if either of those two are coming in. No, they both stayed out. But the two behind them, Armar and Chris, are both in. So, let's see how this plays out now. Interestingly as well, Ant has jumped Saviour.
No,
I
it's
wonder
very
actually
interesting.
if Bobo reacted to Ant's pit stop Obviously, Ant's only done a one stop, but maybe Ant being within the DRS of these guys really... I think Ben and Eugenie are going to the end now, you know, by the way. I think they're going to try go to the end.
Look how far ahead Bobo is of Armar and Chris, who just pitted. If Ugoni and Ben pit, they are going to be miles behind.
Yeah. 16 seconds. It's about an 18-second pit stop here, so they're going to be about 2 seconds behind him, but they will have 2 lap fresher tyres come the end, so we'll see. The one benefit these two have is they're pulling each other along in DRS. And Bobo's going to...
Ben's complaining he doesn't feel he's quick in a straight line.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Because at the end of the day, these two can just happily keep trading position. The one place you don't want to be is first on the final lap. You really don't.
I think that would be quite interesting come La Source on the final lap, because whoever's in the lead will not want to be leading up Eau Rouge.
Yeah, I think we might see a few DRS games. I hope it doesn't get sour like we have seen before. But I think we may do. But if Bobo's there, they can't afford to get sour. But I tell you what, imagine Sociopath pulls off a P4 here, by the way.
That would be an incredible drive.
That would have come out of literally... And by the way, Notorious, who was right at the back at the start as well, he's now up to P6, battling with Ant. So, yeah, this strategy's worked beautifully for Ant, by the way, as well.
Yeah, this is working brilliantly. He's gaining and gaining all the time. He is under pressure from Notorious, but if he can hold him off and they can just gain away together, there's a good chance they'll be fighting for the podium.
And also, the other thing I've realised is Armar and Chris are battling. There's now a car in between them of Freddie Olsen as well. So, it's getting a little bit juicy between these guys. I think the mixture of strategies has definitely mixed this right up. Sociopath's aim has got to be P4 now. Can he hold off Ant?
Yeah, surely he's going to the end of the race now. If he pitted, he'd lose so many positions. You might as well just risk it.
But I can say at the minute, Bobo is not doing enough as things stand to win this race. He needs to get Sociopath and then pump in qualifying laps to the end.
The only issue is the front two are giving each other DRS every lap, gaining away down the straights. As much as Bobo might be rapid in a straight line, he's not going to be as quick as a car with DRS.
The thing is, there's 5 laps to go, the gap's 14 seconds. He needs 3 seconds a lap. Pretty much. And you could be on softs and these guys could be on 58 lap hards, and there's no way you're being 3 seconds faster than these two, no matter who you are. So...
No, not a chance.
That's just my opinion. I mean, hopefully he proves me wrong, but I don't see it happening. I think he's used the best of his tyres now as well. So... I do think it's just him taking P3 and then... Yeah, look, he's not even really catching. This lap, the gap's stagnated, so... These guys are still driving brilliantly out front. I think it was... Oh, 3 seconds for Ben!
That's massive.
Oh, that's not good news for him. But I'll tell you who it could be massive for, Bobo. He has taken a second and a bit out of them now in the middle sector. So in the middle sector, he's really quite a bit faster. But Ben's good. I think Ben now, obviously, he's just going to be watching that gap now to Bobo. Because at the end of the day, I think unless Eugenie gets a penalty, the chances are Eugenie's won this race.
Yeah, I think he's going to be watching that gap to Bobo and praying to whatever god there is up there that Ujoni somehow goes wide somewhere in the dirty air.
I genuinely,
Maybe there might be a little game trying to force him wide if he goes wheel to wheel. You never know, but as
I
the
think the
way it
best option
stands,
for Ben,
Bene's not winning this.
yeah, I think the best option for Ben at this stage is to literally sit in Eugeni's DRS. Because the more he can just
Definitely.
be pulled along, the less chance there is of Bobo catching you, you know? So, if he just sits there in the DRS, I think that'll be a pretty safe route to keeping P2. Bobo's not even doing enough. He's 12.3. He took about, what, 2 seconds out that lap. Every lap his tyres are dying a bit more. Like, he's just going to take less each lap. He needs more if he's going to do it. But, what is impressive, I tell you what, Sociopath may be making a very late claim here for driver of the day.
Most certainly. I mean, Ant is gaining on him. It's one thing to gain on someone, it's another thing to pass them.
I mean,
I mean, even if Ant does pass him, he's looking at P5.
I feel very disrespectful because I feel like I didn't even realise Sociopath was racing. And all of a sudden I've seen his name, originally in P3, now in P4. And I'm like, where on earth has he come from? That's how good the drive is, because I had no idea where he was. So
it's always the best drives that go under the radar. And I
it's
mean,
like Lewis
I didn't even know he
yesterday.
was there.
It's like Hamilton yesterday in many ways. Like, where did he come from to get P7, you know? So
Yeah, exactly.
Xavier, good recovery here as well, may I add. Like, he's done well with the wing damage, recover to 6th, so it's not bad going. And what's interesting is as well, let's not forget, he got his wing changed on his pit stop, and he's managed to get back past Armar and Chris, because surely they jumped him. You would have thought.
So.
Actually, did he get... Yeah, he has got his wing fixed because he's got his end plate back on. So he definitely did. So this is some stint here from Xavier.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Rassam is backwards down the main straight.
Oh, that is far from ideal. But at the minute, he is in the last points paying position. But yeah, oh, he's got no front wing. And now GTS, Drag King, the Tier 3 driver, someone you'll be quite familiar with, is now in the points in Tier 1.
I think I should be scared coming to Belgium then, because me and GTS, we've had many a battle in Tier 3 before. He's still in the fight for the championship against me.
Can I just point out...
score points in a Tier 1 race? A bit scary.
He started the season in Tier 4. I don't know how.
Right.
But the first 4 races he raced Tier 4 and reserved every week in Tier 3. And obviously Maka was just kind of like dominating. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Wild.
obviously I've had a decent season. I'm currently leading the championship. But I mean, when Maka was there was absolutely no chance. The one race that I won was Austria when he wasn't there. I somehow managed to beat him in Vegas. I don't know how I did it. If you asked me to do it again, I wouldn't be able to.
Well, I hope you're prepared for no TC and all that next season then, if you're winning the championship.
I'm scared, but I mean, I'll give it a go.
No, it's just something you need to practice. Once you practice, you'll get the hang, you know? But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you'll definitely be heading up, but Eugeni's making the move on Ben again. But it's pointless for Ben to fight this. 8 seconds though, the gap. Bobo needs 4 seconds in 2 laps. Can he do it?
I think the one thing this has taken out of it is with Benet's penalty, there aren't really going to be any games on the final lap for who has the DRS, because whatever happens, Eugeni's winning this, barring some massive mistake.
Yeah, definitely. 6 seconds for G-Star, that's not helpful. Rassam is out, he's retired in the pits. I'll tell you what, J-Star just made a good little recovery here, but up to 14th. He was stone dead last not too long ago. But, yeah, he's recovered a little bit. Sociopath, though, he looks like he's going to hold on to P5 here, which I still think is an absolutely sublime drive.
Completely agreed. I mean, like we both mentioned, we didn't even see him in the race, and suddenly he's finishing in the top 5. Where did it come from? His only
Oh,
issue is that Armar is now in his DRS on much fresher medium tyres, but he's just got a penalty. Never
oh,
mind, our
that's a
commentators
game
cursed it.
changer. But no, I love Armar with all my heart. He's one of the nicest people in the world, right? But I do hope Sociopath keeps the P5 here, just because that'll be so good to see. But Ben is looking like he's doing enough, unless he has the biggest stinker on this final lap. I think his
Most
tyres are
certainly. I
gone though,
mean,
because if you look, that gap to Journey is visibly bigger.
right on board and look at the tyres. They don't look anything like Pirelli hard tyres from what I can see.
No, they look a rubbery mess. They are very grained up, aren't they? Incredibly. But
Most certainly.
I'm gonna actually, to be fair, Journeys don't exactly look good either, to be fair. Whereas, to be fair, Bobo's actually look quite good. So, yeah, but I think Ben is going to do enough. Journey does look like he's going to bring this home. Armar did get Sociopath, but Sociopath's going to try and come back at him. Round the... Oh no, this is him battling with Saviour. He's going to lose the position to Saviour as well. But Sociopath just needs to stay within the 3 seconds of Armar. And try not to lose out to Chris. Losing out to Fighting Chris could really lose him the position to Armar here as well. Chris has just gone very wide at Puon.
Here comes Ugolini though. I mean, a brilliant race from Ugolini. There was a lot of contact, a lot of pressure. He's held it all throughout. A bit unfortunate with the penalty for Ben. We could have had a better battle, but either way, Ugolini a deserving winner in Belgium.
Yeah, brilliant drive from Ugolini. He's back on the top step. Ben will take second. He's done enough with that 3-second penalty. Brilliant drive from Bobo to get a podium. And Ant, what a drive from him as well. P12 to P4 with a cracking strategy. It's worked out beautifully. He's done the 1 stop and he will bring it home in P4. Armar will take P5 on track, but he will lose out all the way to I think even 9th potentially. P10. No, sorry. Yeah, P8, sorry. Mahmood will take P9. Calvin will get P10. Notorious will take P11. Nick will cross the line in 12th. Mark will take 13th. Sergeant 14th. The last point will go to Jules, but actually GTS might even take that off him due to penalties. He does. GTS takes 15th. Freddie Olsen 16th. Jules 17th. And G-Star will be the last finisher, even though he's like 600 years off the pack.
I do wonder what happened to him, because 42 seconds isn't exactly something you lose through 1 spin or a pit stop to change your front wing.
Well, he had a spin at some point. He dropped to last, didn't he? But I don't know what's gone on. But he will trundle, I should say, towards the line. He's driving very, very slowly. Is there any need for this?
It's broken, it's broken.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Anyway, while I read out the results in just a minute, I'm going to have you think about your driver of the day. So get that ready in your mind. But when I go through the results, when they come up, if they come up, because they do glitch quite a bit. But, so, the results for the race. By the way, Jules takes the fastest lap late on. Most overtakes goes to G-Star. How on earth do you do that in last? But, okay. Journey takes the win. Ben is second. Bobo third. Ant is fourth. Saviour takes fifth. Chris in sixth. Sociopath seventh. Armar Red eighth. Mahmood in ninth. Calvin 10th. Notorious in 11th. Nick BT 12th. Mark in 13th, J Sarge 14th, GTS Drag King in 15th, and the last point, Freddie Olsen 16th, Jules 17th, G Star in 18th, and Rassam and Andrew did not finish. What a race that was. So, who are you giving your driver of the day to?
I think for me it's got to be Anthony. I mean, a great strategy. He was leading at one point. We were convinced rain was coming out because of the strategy that he was pulling. And I mean, to bring it to fourth place, 12th on the grid, an all-round great drive. And yeah, he definitely takes my driver of the day.
Yeah, while Ant deserves it, I'm going to share it out to Sociopath as well. He's gone from 14th to 7th, and with a few laps to go, looked like he could have actually been on the podium. So he's pulled off a worldie one stop there as well. So I'm going to share it out between the two of them. They both, I think, equally deserve it. But yeah, that is it. Tier 1 is over and done with. Don't forget Tier 3, where you'll see Jack on track, 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Then Tier 4, when I will actually be on track this week in Belgium. So yeah, you can poison your eyes with that one at 8:45, and then Tier 0 is on Thursday at, I don't even know what time that starts, if I'm totally honest, but I know it's on Thursday. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good jazz, and we will see. Thank you for joining me as well, Jack, by the way. Been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
And yeah, don't forget to tune in those days. But have a good night, everyone, and thank you. Bye bye.